Welcome back to a new video. We are
out here today. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Yo, don't hate the player, hate the game.
You know what today is? It's Monday, so you know what that means? It's a Monday. We're going insane out here. Not really. But today we're doing another t-shirt slash sweatshirt graphic. What does that mean? I'm showing you how to do this. I'm gonna liven it up a little bit because I feel like the last time I made one of these, I feel like I was repetitive and I was going on and on and on, and I feel like sometimes I just feel like I'm repeating myself like it's Groundhog's Day. Alright, here today we're doing a two-tone color hooded sweatshirt, and the back it's super sick. It's a gray and white two-tone deal. It's super sick. We're gonna be doing, if you watch the other video, I forget what I called the hoodie, but now I'm gonna call it like the Lone Wolf. So I'm gonna put the big wolf logo on the front of this, and it's gonna say Forever Crusader. But the difference is I'm doing it a little bit different. So the font's the same, but I did like a little offset cuts, and like, so I don't know how to explain it until I get it cut out. It's gonna look super dope and mean looking. It's gonna be a one color graphic, but I made it to the point where like the way I would do it is if I did a two color graphic. So I made like an internal offset and then another offset, and I learned some other things about my cutter that it does. Like I learned how to weld, that's what they call it. They like weld up the lines, so the lines, you can make two lines into one line and make dope custom looking font and dope custom graphics. That's what we do out here. Dope custom graphics, dope fonts, dope hoodies, two-tone hoodies. Before we get into cutting the graphic, like weeding it out, it's gonna take about 24 minutes to have it cut out because it's such a detailed graphic. But I'm not gonna talk for 24 minutes. We're gonna make it chop up and chop it up, movie magic. Make 24 minutes go by like that. Oh man, it is freezing out here today. Other than that, everything is going good. It's probably the most detailed design I ever done on my vinyl cutter, cutting it out. It's gonna be dope when it's done. We're talking about Champion hoodies and Champion gear, or Champion the brand. Whatever you wanna call your clothes, gear, drip, whatever, it's dope. So, Champion. So remember, long time ago, I don't know how old people are when they watch this, but if you remember the store called Kmart, they've been around for a minute. And Champion gear is so expensive these days, but long time ago, back in the day, like when I was in middle school and the beginning of high school and stuff like that, like Champion gear was like almost, I don't want to say like lower level. And remember when Champion and like Russell were like the blank clothing that you would get at Kmart? But now it's like the top tier streetwear. I don't know how that happened. I remember when Champion was like, oh, I got this much to spend, I can only afford Champion. But now it's like Champion gear is really expensive. And the reason why I got this Champion hoodie is because it was on super discount. And this is a 2XL hoodie, and I'm gonna wear the 2XL hoodie. But other than that, Champion gear is really good and real thick, but it's really expensive. So when I do post this up on the website, yeah, it's gonna be a hefty price tag, because on my end, these hoodies are more than what I would spend on like a Gildan or something like that. And I'm thinking about just switching over to like thicker hoodies and stuff like that, and a thicker sweatshirt and a heavier duty sweatshirt, because I want the stuff that you get from me to last forever. So we put the shirt on the press, the heat press. It's a clamshell. If you know, you know. If you're new and you're watching this, subscribe to the channel. I have lots more videos explaining on what this is all about and how from here to there and lining everything up. But just to let you know, because this is a 2X, it should be 4 inches from here to the board, 4 inches from here, from the seam to the board. Pillow inside there, and no, we didn't put a regular pillow in there. We put a heat transfer pillow in there, a bigger one than this in there, because it's a sweatshirt and it's real thick, and I already pre-pressed it and it's ready to go. And we're still waiting on this thing to be cutting, and it's cutting out really good now. I just need to get like cover for my not my heat press, cover for my heat press too, but a cover for my vinyl cutter, because it does get cold out here. And I think that's why in the other video I was saying my rollers sometimes don't roll the right way, is because I believe it's so cold out here. Another reason why it's taking so long to cut out on this design, because I have the outline going, so it's going to be really sick. I have it cutting double cut. So that's another reason why it's taking longer than expected. I usually just cut it at a higher pressure and a faster rate, and it cuts out fine, but this design is so detailed, it's almost should have been a plastisol heat transfer. So the cool thing is, I got this on point. Third time is a charm. The outline of the offset cuts, and where I'll show you what I mean when I mean where I welded the lines together once we start weeding this out. This right here is probably the craziest design that I've ever cut out of vinyl. I should have, well, I am going to now because it's super dope. I had to put it underneath the press to heat it up because it's wild. It's super detailed. Look at all these lines, but it's starting to get there. So the next move is to put it on the garment. All right, this is the most crucial, most detailed design I've ever done with vinyl. The longest time to weed out. Look at how dope this came out. I don't know if you, I feel so good on there. Look at how sick this is. Doesn't that look sick? Perfect. On there, perfect. Look at that. Boom, boom. It's on there, perfect. That is so dope. I'm gonna try it on. Wear it later. It turned, even though that it took the longest time, it turned out very, very, very well. As better than you expect. So if you're trying to do heat transfer vinyl, and you haven't tried this cold peel stuff, bro, it's so thick it's like plastisol ink on here. I recommend it. Recommend doing this. Just as a test. Like, get a hoodie that you like. Like, I got this hoodie, even though that's humongous, I like the way this hoodie looks. Like, that's never coming off, ever. So dope. Turned out perfect. Turned out exactly the way that I thought in my head it was gonna turn out. I wanna say thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. And thank you for subscribing. And this video has been a Monday madness. It's been wild. It's been wild out here. I've been out here for at least 2 hours trying to get this done. So if you stayed through this whole entire time, like this video and then share it, and then show your homies or your friends or whatever that, bro, this, I'm about to start making t-shirts that we gotta do. Sneezy. Ah.